So I just exercised every single day for an entire year, 365 days. In fact, at the time of filming this video, I'm a little bit over 500 days in a row without a single rest day at all. I've tried out a lot of experiments in my life, I've done a lot of challenges, but this one in particular was so life-changing and still is. And doing this exercise streak without missing any days at all has truly positively impacted my life. For those of you that are new to the channel, welcome. My name is bsisarsky and I'm super excited to share my story with you. So in this video today, I want to walk you through two main buckets. So the first bucket's going to be all about the positive benefits that have impacted my life and can impact yours if you decide to do an exercise streak like this and miss no days. And then stick around for the second part of the video in bucket number 2, where I talk about how you can actually achieve this. After 500 days in a row of exercise, I've learned a lot of things about how to make this actually happen, what type of things you need to do to make sure that you don't miss a single day, and finally build that consistency that you've probably been looking for. Now, before diving right into those tips, I want to provide you a little bit of context of what this actually means. So I graduated from college about 1 year ago, and that's when this streak started, was when I was in college. At the start of 2020, I decided that I wanted to try to exercise every single day of 2020. And sure enough, I failed. I missed 2 days early on, but then starting on January 6th, I was able to exercise every single day for 1 year at that point. And at this point, with it now spanning 500 days and spanning through college and having a full-time job right now, and through a bunch of traveling, I can truly say that there never is an excuse to miss a day at all if you don't want to. All right, never say never, but in 99% of scenarios. And this wasn't just like, oh, I woke up and got out of bed, so I stood up, so that counts as exercise. For me, I set my minimums as it has to be at least a 3-mile run, or something where I intentionally raise my heart rate for about 20 to 30 minutes, a workout, a set of tennis. If I spent the whole day hiking and did like 10 miles, it has to fit that type of criteria. Now in these past 500 plus days, I've done all kinds of wacky workouts, anything ranging from I had a normal Sunday and the whole day to get a workout in, to it's Christmas Day, I'm around family and I have to wake up early in the morning and work out so I can spend the rest of the day with family. I've worked out at 3 a.m. before flights, and I gotta admit there have been a few nights where I went out drinking with friends thinking I would go back sooner than I did, and then I have to end up getting the workout in super late at night after having a few drinks. But all that being said, I found a way to get it done these past 500 days. All that context out of the way, now let's jump into the 3 main benefits that I have seen from exercising every single day without taking any off days. The first one of these that I have noticed is that exercising this consistently provides you so much buffer room when you think about your diet and maintaining the physique that you want. What I mean by buffer room is that if you're exercising every single day, if you're going from 4 days a week to 7 days a week, 2 days a week to 7 days a week, then it just gives you so much more wiggle room with your diet and with calories. And so it takes away a lot of the social inhibiting factors of trying to stay in shape. For instance, there's been times in my life where I've wanted to stay super lean, so then I go out to eat with friends and I feel guilty about eating a hamburger or doing exactly what they're doing in terms of eating and drinking. But now that I'm exercising 365 days of the year, burning a bunch of calories every single day, I can afford more and more and more to eat more junk food, eat more calorically dense foods, go out socially and never have to feel guilty about the foods I'm eating, and be able to maintain that physique I want, stay lean in the way I want to, while eating so much of the foods that I enjoy eating. Now, I'm not saying you have to exercise every single day to be able to eat junk food, but I will say is that I can eat it so much more frequently. I can take more diet breaks, I can have more cheat days, I can do all kinds of crazy stuff with food because I'm exercising this often and burning all of those calories. Now, the second main benefit I've seen from exercising every single day is probably the most important. It's a huge mental benefit, and it's the fact that in the past 500 plus days, I have not had a single bad day. What I mean by that is I've always defined a bad day in my life to be where I had a day where I accomplished nothing and I felt horrible about the entire day. But now that I have this huge, big goal of exercising every single day, the fact that in the past 500 days, if I go to bed, I know that at least I got a workout in, at least I exercised, I did something for myself, I did something to keep myself healthy, feeling good, and I accomplished a goal because of that, it means that I cannot have a truly horrible day. Now, I can have days that aren't as good as other ones, but because of this exercise streak, there's not a single day that goes by anymore where I feel like I accomplished nothing. And the third huge benefit, and the reason that I think you should exercise every single day without taking a rest day, is the fact that you gain this new huge perspective shift regarding time. What I mean by that is exactly what I set out to do, to prove that if you truly prioritize something, you actually can make time every single day to focus on that task. And so that has happened to me with fitness. I now realize that I can spend every day doing something that's a little bit hard. And so I've built a lot of discipline, but then I've also learned what it takes to prioritize other things in life. Whether it's prioritizing work, prioritizing YouTube when I have to balance a lot of other things, prioritizing relationships with people. The act of truly dedicating myself to one hobby like exercising every single day has just built a lot of discipline across the board that I can apply to every other area of my life. So relating to this perspective shift of time, really I never anymore say I don't have time to do X. Instead, it might be I prioritized X over Y, but I know that if I want to make the time for it, I can, and then sacrifices are involved. But really, if you ever want to find 20 minutes, for example, if I'm on vacation, I just wake up 20 minutes earlier than everybody else, and I get a good workout in the morning while everyone's just scrolling through their phones, and then we all eat breakfast at the same time. I might have gotten a little bit less sleep than them, I might have got a little bit less time on my phone than them, but I was still able to get the workout in without having to sacrifice anything socially or anything that I really care about. All right, and the next are the two things that I think are most important for you to do in order to get yourself to actually stick to this type of exercise streak. The first and absolutely most important thing you can do is the night before, simply write down in your phone, on a piece of paper, in your calendar, when you will complete tomorrow's workout. I guarantee you that if you look a day in advance, you're never booked every single minute of that day. You can look a day in advance and say, okay, in this 30-minute chunk, that's when I can get my workout in. But if it's the day of, that's where shit pops up, and that's where the calendar seems to magically fill all the way up, and you lose track of time, and you lose that streak, and then you lose the ability to work out that day. What I've seen is when that happens, when you don't plan the night before and you miss a day, people start to feel bummed out, they lose momentum, working out goes to the back of their mind. Whereas if you can keep it every day and just plan it every single night, you build a lot of momentum and encouragement to keep doing that, and then you never fall off track. And then my second huge tip for staying on track with working out every single day is the fact that you should really start with a smaller minimum time frame. What I mean by this, and this is my call to action for you watching this video, is if you're inspired at all, just try to start by doing 2 weeks in a row without missing a single day. If you get to 14 days, I bet you might feel like you don't want to break that streak. So you build a little bit of momentum up front, you hit 14 days, you might try to hit a month, and once you get going, once you get the ball rolling with that, you'll probably want to keep it going, and then you might go way longer than you expected to. In fact, now I'm at over 500 days, and as I look at it, I feel so good from doing this that this could go to 1,000 to 2,000 days. I don't know. I've been sick during this streak, but still found a way to do a low intensity workout. And now looking at it, I don't want this to end because I feel so good and it's just fun to keep up with. So it could reach 1,000 days. It could end tomorrow. I could break my leg. I could have something severe happen, but it hasn't so far. And I love this momentum I've built and I fully plan to keep it up. And now for the potentially baby-sized elephant in the room of, oh, but like what about rest days? You have to take rest days. You really don't. We're humans. We're built to move and run and frankly exercise all the time. But what you should do as rest days is if your body's feeling tired, and this happens to me a lot, is I keep the exercise streak going by doing a very low heart rate jog. So I might still do my 3 miles, but do it at a way less intensity. And that allows me to still get my exercise in, still get some good movement in, but not push myself so hard to the point where I'd end up injured. Anyway, so that's my update on my exercise streak of taking no days off. I'm over 500 days right now. Might check in for a 750 day one, a 1,000 day one, or I might check in where I'm crying because I lost the streak. Who knows? But if you want to stay updated on that, then please consider hitting the subscribe button, especially if you found any value in this video from the tips. And then also if you could drop a like for the channel, that would be super exciting and super helpful to me. And all of that said, good luck on your own exercise streaks, and I wish you the best in all of the goals that you have set for yourself.